Greetings and welcome back everybody. Today I'm going to walk you through the complete S Pen functionality of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 and the 10 Plus. I think it's quite important that you guys learn all the features of the S Pen because this is not a fancy stylus. The S Pen acts as an extension of your phone which allows you to remotely perform certain functions, and that is possible because the S Pen has Bluetooth. It stores charge in a little supercapacitor that charges wirelessly whenever you insert the S Pen into your phone. Pretty high-tech stuff. Let's get started. So guys, the Samsung Galaxy Note 10's S Pen performs two distinct features. The first one is your pen input, which is the regular stylus stuff. So you can create a note and you can scribble something over here, write something, and you can also use the S Pen to navigate around your phone. So this is the basic stylus input, and the second function is the Bluetooth remote control, which is called Air Actions. So the first thing I'm going to go over is Air Actions for the S Pen, which is the Bluetooth remote control functionality. Now Air Actions or the Bluetooth remote control works in many applications on your phone. First thing I'm going to do is demonstrate this feature in the camera. So I'm just going to launch the camera by long pressing this button on the S Pen. I'm going to show you how to customize that later on, but you can just press the button and camera comes up. And I can use these Air Actions to click a picture. So you see, if I press the button on the S Pen, the camera takes a picture, and I can use Air Action gestures to skip between camera modes. So if I press and hold the button and do this, it changes the scene mode. So let me just come over here. So if I flick my S Pen from left to right, it changes the scene mode. And if I go from right to left, press and hold the button and flick like this, again it changes the scene mode. And I can flick the S Pen up like this, and you guys will see it will switch the camera from rear to front. So you can use these Air Action gestures to control many features inside the camera app. You can also zoom in by rotating your S Pen clockwise like this, and anti-clockwise zooms out. And by the way, you have to press and hold the button. If I do it without pressing the button, see, nothing happens. So you actually have to press and hold the button, then it works. And it also works in Music Player, which I will show you in just a second. You can play or pause a song by pressing this button. If I do this, we can go to the next song. And if I flick my S Pen up like this, it increases the volume. Decrease the volume, just flick your S Pen down like this. And by the way, these are fully customizable. So if I press on this little icon here, if I press over here, it opens up the Air command and it opens Air Actions for media. So single press, play or pause, double press, play next track, up gesture increases the volume, down gesture decreases the volume. Everything is customizable. You can just tap over here and just select whatever you want. I think whatever Samsung has selected by default is perfect, so we don't need to change that. And over here you guys can see the battery level of the S Pen. Right now it's at 100%, so no worries. So I'll just pause this. And this remote control functionality also works in your gallery. So we'll just go back, open up the gallery and open up a picture. If I flick my S Pen from right to left, it goes to the next photo. If I flick my S Pen from bottom to top, it opens up the details. Again, I'll go from top to bottom, it will go back to the photo. And I can go back to the previous photo like this. So this is a really powerful tool. It acts as an extension of your phone. You can give slideshows in the gallery. You can use the S Pen as a remote shutter button. You can also zoom in or out. So this is the Bluetooth remote control functionality for the S Pen. Now let us go into the settings and let me show you how you can customize what this button does when you long press this button. By default, when you start using your phone, if you long press this button, it will launch the camera. So let me show you how you can customize this to launch whichever app you want. First off, there are several ways of going into the settings for the S Pen. You see this little pen icon over here, this floating button? Just press on this and tap on this gear icon, and that will directly take you to the S Pen settings. Now if you don't see this icon over here, drop down the notification panel, tap on that gear icon, scroll down here to advanced features, then tap on S Pen. This also brings you to the S Pen settings. Now the first option here is Air Actions. We need to go into this, and this is your Bluetooth remote control functionality. Now one thing I want to tell you is that the air actions or the Bluetooth remote control functionality is completely separate from the pen input and the stylus functionality. So even if I turn this off, I can still use the stylus to navigate around my phone. I can even use the Samsung Notes app to create a note, and the stylus functionality is still working. So the Bluetooth remote control functionality is completely separate from the pen input functionality of the S Pen. Let's go back to settings, air actions, and I'll turn this on. See, right now the pen is disconnected, but still the stylus functionality is completely operational. Now because the S Pen is disconnected, I will not be able to use the gesture. So if I launch the camera, if I press the button once, see, nothing happens. I'll just reinsert the S Pen to reconnect, and we're back. Enjoying the content? Well, make sure to subscribe and do press that bell icon so that you can get notifications to my latest uploads. Let's continue. Over here, the first option is hold down pen button 2. This chooses which app should launch when you press and hold the button on the S Pen. Right now it is set to camera. By default it will be set to camera. So if you long press the button, it will launch the camera app. Now you can change this to launch whichever app you want. Just tap over here and it brings you to this menu. You can also set this to create a note. So now if I long press this, we can now directly create a new note. Just close this. Let's go over here. You can also launch whichever app you want. So if I want Insta to launch, if I hold the S Pen button down, it will launch Instagram. But I kind of prefer this hold pen button down option to be set on camera, because even when the phone is locked, you can use this pen button to launch the camera. So if I long press the button, you can see it launches the camera, and then again I can use this button to click pictures, shift between the camera modes. So again, this is a very powerful feature of the S Pen. So let's go back, unlock the phone, and we're back again. Now the second part in Air Action settings is called App Actions. This allows you to choose what happens in these apps when you press the button or when you do certain gestures. Now for example, let's open up the gallery, and over here single press goes to the next item, double press previous item, the up gesture opens up the details. So I will change this to maybe go to the next picture, and down gesture goes to the previous item. So now let us open up the gallery and test this out. So now if I flick my S Pen up, it goes to the next picture, next picture, next picture. If I flick down, it goes to the previous picture. And you can also customize this right from over here, so you don't even need to go to the settings. Just tap on this pen icon and it opens up Air Actions for gallery. You can just tap over here, and this lets you select what should happen when you do that particular gesture. I do like to keep this on details, so we'll just change that back to default. Now if I flick my S Pen up, it will open up the details. Flick down and it goes back to the picture. So you actually don't even need to go to these settings. You can just control everything right from the app. And yes, it also works in B612, and it also works in Snapchat. Each and every air action and gestures are customizable to your liking. And next, these are the general controls. Single press takes a picture in the camera. Media, play, pause, volume up or down. I don't think you need to change this because by default whatever Samsung has set is perfect. So these are the settings for the air actions, and that is it guys for the Bluetooth functionality. It's super easy to understand and operate, and I hope after watching this part you guys will make full use of the air action and the gestures on the S Pen of the Note 10 Plus. So that was the remote control functionality of the S Pen, also known as Air Actions. Now let us move on to something called Air Command. Now Air Command menu always pops up whenever you remove your S Pen from your phone. You can also open up the Air Command menu by hovering your S Pen onto the screen and then pressing the button on the S Pen. That also opens up the Air Command menu. This is useful if you don't have this floating pen icon onto the display. The Air Command menu shows you three things. The first thing it shows you is the battery level of the S Pen. The second thing it shows you are a few shortcuts that are useful for the S Pen, like you can create a note, view all notes, select, you can screen write, takes a screenshot, then you can write, and I'll explain all these features to you in just a moment. Then you can add some shortcuts by pressing over here, and it takes you to this screen. And you can add your favorite app to the Air command menu and customize it to your liking. So now you can see I have added Instagram, and if we go back, now you can see we have Instagram in the Air command menu. And the third thing Air command menu shows you is the settings icon. So you can just tap over here and this takes you to the main settings for the S Pen. Before we check out the settings, the first thing I'm gonna do is walk you through all these amazing features of the S Pen. Now these are the main features of the S Pen. Of course there are a little bit more. So go back to settings, shortcuts. There are a few more like Penup, coloring, Bixby Vision, write on calendar, but these features are the main features of the S Pen. So let us go back to the Air command menu. So the first one over here is create a note. You can just open up the Air command menu, tap over here, and this allows you to take down a note directly from the Air command menu. Press on save and that's it. If we open up the Air command menu, the second option here is view all notes. This takes you to the Samsung Notes app, and over here you can view all your notes that you have created in the Samsung Notes app. Oh, and here's a bonus tip. If you open up a note and if you enter the editing mode, if you press on this T icon over here, the phone will convert your handwritten notes into plain text, and you can copy this and paste it and send it as a text message, because this is just plain text. And by the way, not only that, if you open up a note which has a phone number and an email, if you hover your S Pen over the phone number, you will see this telephone icon. Tap on this telephone icon and the phone will copy the handwritten phone number and paste it into the phone's dialer. And you can call the person from over here, or you can create a new contact. And same goes for email. If you hover your S Pen over the email, you will see a little mail icon. Press on this and the phone will take you to Gmail or Outlook or whichever email client you have installed. Let's go to Gmail. See, the phone has automatically pasted the email address over here inside the Gmail app right from your handwritten notes. So now I'm going to close the Samsung Notes app and I will show you something amazing. Open up the phone's app drawer and tap on Finder Search. If you guys remember, the last note had a word called Sarah which I had written in my handwriting. I can actually go ahead and search handwritten notes through the phone's search engine. So I will type the word Sarah over here and then see results. And as you can see, the phone is smart enough. It knows that there's a handwritten word called Sarah in this particular note. So I can just tap on this note and it opens up this note which has the word Sarah. And the phone even highlights that particular word. So there are two words, Sarah is over here and over here. So the phone is actually smart enough and it recognizes what I've written in my handwriting. And you can search any handwritten notes from the phone's search engine over here. Okay, so let us go back into the Air command menu, and the third feature I will show you is called Smart Select. Now Smart Select is a powerful screenshot tool. Over here you have a few options: rectangle, lasso, oval. You can create an animated GIF image and then pin to screen. Now to properly demonstrate Smart Select, I will open up Instagram. I'm just gonna close this, open up Instagram, and then I'm gonna select this little picture. Over here, say I like this quote and I want to send this quote over to my friend, but I don't want to send this as a picture. Instead, I want to send the text only. So I'll open up the Air command, press on Smart Select, then press on this first option, rectangle, and then I will select the area of the screen which has the text. And then once I release my S Pen, you can see there's an option called Extract Text. This lets you extract the text from an image. Then you can copy this and paste it wherever you want as plain text. So for example, I will open up WhatsApp and then I can paste this right over here, and then I can send this over to my friend. Very impressive, right? Let's go back to Instagram, and you can also pin this to your screen. So let's open Smart Select once again, select this, and I can select the second option, pin to screen, and this will pin the screenshot to the screen. And if you want to minimize this, just tap on this image, then select the second option that minimizes the screenshot. Tap on this and it will go back to full screen. Again, tap on this, and then if you have the save option, this will save the screenshot in the gallery. So now I'm going to show you the fourth option, which is the GIF image. So if I open up this little video, if I open up Smart Select, and then tap on GIF, I can actually go ahead and record a little GIF image out of this video that is playing on Instagram. High quality is okay. Tap on record. 12 second, 13, 14 and 15. So this is the GIF image the phone has created. We'll save this in the gallery and check it out. So here inside the gallery you can see this little GIF image that we recorded from the Instagram app. So you can see how powerful this little smart select tool really is. The next feature in the Air command menu is the screen write functionality. Now screen write takes a screenshot and then it allows you to annotate on the screenshot. So from here you can select your pen, this one is fine. Then you can select a color, let's select blue. Then you can select the thickness of the tip from this one. So now I can just go ahead and write something on the screenshot. So this allows you to do some annotations on a screenshot. So maybe you're reading an important article, you take a screenshot and you draw something or annotate something, then you can just save the screenshot in your gallery. And now if I open up my gallery, here is my annotated screenshot right over here, and you can share this with whomever you want by pressing the share button. So the next feature we are going to check out in the Air command menu is live messages. Now I absolutely love live messages. Now what this feature does is that it allows you to create a personal greeting. You can actually write something on the screen and the phone creates a GIF or an MP4 video out of that. So we have a few options. You can pick an image from your collections, or you can pick an image from the gallery. You can click a photo with the camera and then use that as a background, but we're going to create a new one with the color option. Over here you might want to select something colorful. So for example, let's select the first one and then people tap on start drawing. Over here you see this GIF option. You can tap on this and change it to MP4, but I'm going to leave it at GIF because GIFs are easier to download on the other phone. Now from over here you can select a pen. Now all of these pens have their own animations. So if I select this one, if I write something and if I play it back, this is the animation the other person will see. So let's select this one. I think this is the best one. If I play this, this is what the other person will see. And from over here you can change the color. Let's select yellow and you can change the thickness of the tip. This is the thick one. Let's make it a little bit thin. Okay, I've got my other phone so I can show you how the GIF image looks like on the other device. So let us wish someone happy birthday. Yeah, I'm terrible at drawing. So this is the personalized message that I've written, and you can preview this by pressing this play button. And this is exactly what the other person will see. Beautiful. So I'm just going to tap over here and then press on done. Now the phone is saving this animated GIF image. So now we'll wait. And that's it, the animated GIF image has been saved in the gallery. You can just go into the gallery and see it over here. So this is the GIF image that we just created. Just gonna send this over on WhatsApp to this phone and you guys will see this exact image will show up over here. And bam, and it's only 600 kilobytes, so it's definitely smaller than most videos. And as you can see, we now can see this on the S10 Plus, and it does not have to be a Samsung phone because almost every phone supports GIF images. So live messages is an amazing way of creating your own personal greetings to send someone. And obviously the other person will be impressed when they see this. Now moving on, the next feature I'm going to show you is called Translate. If I tap on this, it opens up a little black bar at the top of the screen. So this is your source language. I've selected English because we're going to translate English to Spanish. And if you tap on over here, this opens up the destination language. And you can select from a whole bunch of languages over here. And this translator uses Google Translate, so you know what kind of quality you're getting. So let us select French first. So English to French. And now watch what happens when I hover my S Pen over a particular word. So now the phone will use Google Translate and translate that particular word to French or whichever language you select. And if I want to translate the entire paragraph, I'll just tap on this T icon and now it has changed to paragraph mode. If if I hover my S Pen now, and now I can select the entire paragraph. And as you can see, the phone will convert the entire paragraph to French. And once again, you can select any language you want from over here and translate the text into that particular language. So amazing tool on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10 Plus. The next feature in the Air command menu is AR Doodle or Augmented Reality Doodle. Now this will launch the camera, and now this will let you draw in real time while you are recording your video. So I'll just pan the camera around so that the phone gets to know what I'm recording. Alright, so now I'm gonna select a tip, and you can also select a different color if you want. So I'm just gonna quickly rotate my phone to landscape, so I can actually start drawing before I press the record button. So I can just quickly draw a flower, and my drawing is terrible, so don't worry about that. Now if I press the record button, the phone is actually recording this doodle inside the video, and I can go ahead and write something, and this is also getting recorded. Oops, should be a C. Man, told you I'm terrible, and especially looking at the camera LCD, it's very difficult. But yeah, you get the idea. You can actually draw something and that will be recorded into a 1-minute video. So let's stop and let's take a look at our recorded image. The phone is actually recording this doodle inside the video, and I can go ahead and write something, and this is also, so yeah, you get the idea. We don't need to take a look at my terrible drawing. So this is Augmented Reality Doodle. Alright guys, moving on, the next feature in the Air command menu is Magnify. Now when you turn this feature on, whenever you hover your S Pen on the display, it sort of magnifies that particular area. See, just like that. So if you have difficulties in reading a particular text, you can just open up this magnification option from the Air command menu and just hover your S Pen, and that will zoom in at a particular area. And this works surprisingly well actually. So I can just hover my S Pen over here and the phone will zoom in that particular area. And this allows you to change the magnification level. So right now it's at 250, you can increase that to 300. Now you can see we have a higher magnification level. And once again, this works system wide, so it will also work in the Instagram application. So I can just hover the S Pen and zoom in wherever I want, even on my photos. So an amazing tool on the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. So guys, the final feature in the Air command menu I'm going to show you is called Glance. Now to use Glance, we're going to launch an app. For example, I'm going to launch Google Chrome. Say for example, I'm reading this article and also I'm texting my friend about this article. Now whenever I'm texting or creating a note, that article is not visible to me. So we're gonna launch Chrome once again, and I'm gonna show you how Glance works. So open up the Air command, scroll down here and tap on Glance. Now as you can see, that page has gotten minimized to this little thumbnail. Now whenever I hover my S Pen over this thumbnail, it kind of goes full screen, and when I move my S Pen back, it goes back into that thumbnail form. Now this is very useful if you're texting someone and you quickly want to glance over the article because you kind of forgot what you were seeing over here. So I can quickly glance on that article, let go of the S Pen, and the article will get minimized once again, and now I can continue typing. Now you can place this wherever you want on the screen, so I can just tap on this and place it at the top. So if this is coming in between your keyboard, you can just drag and drop it on top of the screen. And again, this is a very useful tool if you quickly want to glance an article, then let go and you're back to working. And if you want to get rid of this thumbnail, press and hold, then remove, and it's gone. So guys, that was the Air command menu of the Samsung Galaxy Note 10. Now we will move on to the settings of the S Pen, and I will explain all of these settings to you guys. Let's begin. Now the first option inside the S Pen settings is the Air Actions. Now I have already covered Air Actions at the beginning of this video, so I'm gonna skip over this. The second setting over here is Unlock with S Pen Remote. So what this feature does is that whenever you are using your S Pen, if the phone locks, you can just press the button on the S Pen to unlock your phone. Now this does not compromise the security of your phone because this works only for that particular session. No one can take out your S Pen and then press on this button to unlock your phone. So now I'm going to show you how this feature works. So we're going to select Unlock with S Pen Remote, tap on OK, Then I'm gonna enter my PIN, and if I put my phone to sleep and I press this button, see, the phone unlocks and I don't even need to enter my biometrics or my PIN code. So this is very useful in case you're drawing something or taking down a note, and if the screen turns off, you can just press the button on the S Pen once to unlock your phone. Now this will not work if the S Pen is taken out, so I'll just put the S Pen back in, put the phone to sleep, and now when I take the S Pen out, I will not be able to unlock my phone. So we will just quit this, and now if I press on the button, see, I will not be able to unlock my phone. The phone will ask me for my fingerprint or the PIN code. Again, if I press on the button, see, it will not unlock. It will only work for that particular session. So now I have the S Pen in my hand. If I put the phone to sleep, now I will be able to unlock my phone with the S Pen. So you don't have to worry about the security being compromised on your phone with this unlock with S Pen remote. The next setting lets you turn on and off screen off memo. Now screen off memo appears when you remove the S Pen from your phone when the phone is locked. So I'll just lock my phone, I'll reinsert the S Pen, and now when I remove the S Pen, we will get screen off memo, and screen off memo lets you take quick notes even when the phone is locked. So as you can see, I have not entered my PIN code, I haven't unlocked the phone, but I can still go ahead and quickly take notes, and this will allow me to quickly take a note when I'm in a hurry. I don't even need to unlock the phone, I don't need to go to Samsung Notes, I can quickly take notes. Over here you can change the thickness of the tip, you can change the color of the pen. So this is green, that was red, and then when I press on save, it will get saved inside Samsung Notes. So a quick unlock, bring up the air command, view all notes. So this was the note that we just created in screen off memo. Okay, moving on. The next setting allows you to turn on and off a feature called Air View. Now Air View previews information, text and images when you hover your S Pen on the screen. Let me show you how this works. So I'm going to demonstrate this in the gallery. Now whenever you hover your S Pen over an image, you kind of get an expanded preview so that you can quickly check an image, and this also works in videos. So I have a little video over here. If I hover my S Pen, the phone kind of opens up a window and you can quickly see what's inside that video. Very useful feature. Again, this one, see, I can just preview my videos and photos just by hovering the S Pen. And by the way, if I open up the WhatsApp application, I can actually preview what the other person has sent me just by hovering my S Pen over the text message. I don't even have to open up the text message and I can see the contents of the text. And this also works in the calendar. If I open up the calendar app, if I hover my S Pen over here, the phone will let me know what is your agenda for the day. So this is Air View. So the next setting over here is the pointer. Show a pointer when you hover your S Pen over the screen. Now watch closely. When I bring my S Pen up close to the screen, there's a little pointer that follows the tip of the S Pen. This is the pointer, and you can disable this if you don't want, but I kind of prefer having this feature turned on because I like to see that little pointer following the S Pen around. Next up, we have the Air Command shortcuts. I just showed you that you can customize this menu. You can have your own apps over here if you want. So let's go back. The next setting over here is the floating icon. Show an Air Command icon that you can move around the screen. So this is the Air Command icon. You just press on this and it opens up the Air Command menu. You can turn this off if you don't want, and that pen icon disappears. Now personally, I think the floating icon option should be left turned off, because whenever you want to launch the Air Command menu, just hover your S Pen over the screen and press the button on the S Pen, and that opens up the Air Command menu. You don't need this floating icon on the screen. You can just leave it turned off, and whenever you want to relaunch the Air Command, hover the S Pen on your screen and press the button on the S Pen, and that will open up the Air Command menu. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to leave this feature turned on. So now if we go down, this lets you choose what should happen when you remove the S Pen. You have three options. Open Air Command. So the first option is by default, if I remove the S Pen, it opens up the Air Command menu. The second option is create a note. Now if I remove the S Pen, the phone will directly open up a new note See, and now I can just quickly go ahead, write something, then save it in the Samsung Notes app. The third option is do nothing. Now when I remove the S Pen, nothing will happen. So this is the setting that I like to keep my phone on, do nothing, because I can just quickly go ahead, open up Air command from over here and create a note. I kind of like to keep this on do nothing, it's better. The next setting over here is pen proximity alert. This setting is very useful because if you leave your S Pen behind and you walk away, the phone will let you know that you have left your S Pen behind, and the S Pen is not a cheap thing. It's very expensive, you don't want to lose your S Pen. So make sure that you leave this setting turned on. Okay, so to demonstrate this pen proximity alert feature, I'm gonna leave my S Pen over here. I'm gonna grab my phone, put the phone to sleep, then I'm gonna start walking away. And you guys will see once we are sufficiently far away from the S Pen, the phone will remind us that you have left your S Pen behind. So see that reminder? Got your S Pen? Remember to attach the S Pen when you have finished using it. So this will let you know if you have left your S Pen behind. And we have another notification over here which is asking us connect your S Pen, insert your S Pen to use it as a remote. But this notification will vibrate your phone and it will make a sound letting you know that you have left your S Pen behind. So an extremely useful feature to remind you if you leave your S Pen behind. And trust me, you don't want to lose the S Pen because it's quite an expensive little gadget. The next setting lets you use multiple S Pens with your Galaxy Note 10. Let other S Pens write on the screen while your S Pen is inserted into your phone. So I'm just gonna tap this S Pen away inside the phone, and over here I have the S Pen from my Galaxy Note 9. Right now you can see it does not work, I cannot do anything, but once I turn this feature on, this S Pen will also start working with my Galaxy Note 10, even though this is an older generation S Pen. Now the Bluetooth functionality does not work, so Air Actions will not work. If I hold down the button on the pen, it will not launch the camera. That feature will work only with the S Pen that is inside the phone. But all the other features, the writing feature, the Air command feature, so if I bring my S Pen up close to the screen, press the button, it opens up the Air command menu, I can take down a note. So all the writing functionality is available on this S Pen. So this setting lets you use multiple S Pens, even older generation S Pens with your Galaxy Note 10. And the same goes for the Note 9. If you have the multiple S Pen feature enabled, you can use the S Pen from your Note 10 on the Galaxy Note 9. And if I press this button, it will bring up the Air command menu. Slightly different on the Note 9, but yet performs the exact same function. Also, you cannot really insert the S Pen over here. It's just way too loose and it might get stuck inside the phone. So I'm not gonna try and insert the new S Pen into the old phone. Again, the Bluetooth functionality does not work even though it's turned on. This S Pen is not able to connect to this phone. So yeah, the basic stylus functionality, the writing stuff is interchangeable between these two phones. Doesn't matter which S Pen you use. The last two settings are sound and vibration. Play a sound when you insert or remove the S Pen or write on the screen. Vibrate your phone when you insert or remove the S Pen. So if I remove the S Pen, you will hear a little sound. That sound. And if I reinsert my S Pen, that sound. And the phone also vibrates a little. And whenever you write on the screen, so let's create a note, that sound. So you can actually go ahead and disable these sounds or the vibration, but I kind of like to have these turned on. It's kind of nice to hear a little feedback from the pen. I think I should not skip this, so the last application I will go over is Samsung Penup. Open up the app drawer, tap on Samsung, and over here you will find the Penup application. Now this app is specifically for creating artwork with your S Pen, and you can see all the artwork that the community has created and uploaded to the Penup application. And you can actually open these up and you can download these artwork on your phone. Downloading artwork, and you will see this in your gallery right over here, and you can set this as your wallpaper. So this is another great source of wallpapers. So now we have that artwork as our wallpaper. So the home page shows you all the amazing artwork that the community has created. The next tab over here is the coloring tab. Over here we have a few predefined black and white templates, so I can just select this one and start coloring. So I'm just gonna give this a go. I'm just gonna select this one. So there you go, I have finished the coloring, and you can color something at the background and press on done, and contents have been saved. And by the way, you can share this with whomever you want by pressing that button, or you can view this in full screen. Let's go back, and as you can see, here are a few examples of the coloring that the community has done. Fantastic. And then we have live drawing. Now live drawing is like a training tool, so I can just open this up and tap on learn how to draw, and the phone will kind of show me how this image has been done. So you can actually go ahead, watch these videos and learn how to draw with the S Pen. Amazing, right? So now let's go back to home, and finally you can create your own artwork from over here. You can create a drawing, photo drawing, and you can pick a photo from the gallery. Let's just tap on drawing, and this opens up a blank canvas, and you can pick a different brush from over here and get creative. Now I'm not really an artist, but yeah, this lets you make your own artwork. I think this will come in very handy if you're an artist. You can doodle something over here and then share it with the community or share it with your friends, and you guys can see how creative people really are. I mean, this art is fantastic. Amazing, right? So guys, we are almost at the end of this video, and the last useful setting I'm going to show you for the S Pen is in the display settings, and this is applicable if you are using full screen gestures. And I use full screen gestures because you can see there are no navigation bars at the bottom of the screen. Now this creates a little problem, because when you are drawing something or using the S Pen in full screen, if I do this gesture, it kind of goes back. Or if you are using your S Pen to scroll down like this, it kind of exits the app, and this will open up the recents. So turn this feature on. Drop down the notification panel, tap on that gear icon, tap on display, scroll down here to the part which says navigation bar, and turn on block gestures with S Pen. Prevent the S Pen from being used for full screen gestures. This helps when drawing or writing near the bottom of the screen. And this block gestures with the S Pen setting is very useful if you are drawing something full screen. You might be drawing at the bottom edge of the screen, so you really don't have to worry about the app getting exited or minimized accidentally when you are drawing with your S Pen at the bottom of the display. Now I cannot use the pen to go back. I will have to use my fingers to use gestures on the phone. And now I can properly scroll without a problem and without having to worry about the app getting minimized or exiting. So guys, that was a complete feature rundown of the S Pen on the Galaxy Note 10 and the 10 Plus. I hope you find this video very helpful in learning all the different features of the S Pen. And if you've enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button and do subscribe to me on YouTube and follow me on my social media accounts. All the links are down in the video description. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for more content on the Galaxy Note 10 and the 10 Plus. I will see you guys next time.